You're watching PEGRI TV, Rhode Island's public access channel.
Salam. My name is Sheikh Abu Hakim Mahmoud Sharif Abdullah. President Chairman of Al-Masjid Sharia Allah, a non-profit religious organization operating in the state of Rhode Island, USA. I have many programs on the internet. Here's another piece of paper, another thing that I have. I have here a statement showing that I sent this here to your representatives in Washington, D.C., such as Senator Reid, Senator Whitehouse, Congressman Cicilline, and Congressman Ledgerman. Now, they have copies of this. I sent them letters for their endorsement, and I also sent a copy of this to the League of Cities and Towns, which is the 39 cities and towns in Rhode Island. So, if you want to help me with this, you want to put this together, you put your name there. I'm not asking you to get out there and beat nobody up. I'm not asking you to throw no bombs at nobody. I'm not asking you to cuss out the Muslims or Christians or nobody else. I'm asking you to join against terrorists as the people of a country and state that to represent and to stand behind your people that's overseas trying to do something about it. That the people of Rhode Island stand up and they make a resolution against all types of terrorism. Because all types of terrorism, there's a lot of things that we talking about terrorism. Are we ready to admit what all the different things with terrorism? That's another thing we must do. Are we ready to admit the different things in terrorism? There's different people, all throughout history, many countries have been terrorizing people. The United States have terrorized people. France and Germany, big terrorized people. Germany terrorized people for years. Russia did the same thing. Stalin terrorized his people, murdered many people, and all that. But he sat down and ate supper with Roosevelt and them. And Churchill. But yet he was a murderer. He killed people. His group killed thousands upon thousands of Russians when he came into power. And that's terrorizing people. Today they terrorizing people in certain countries. The United States dropped tons of napalm bombs on Japan at the end of the war as a punishment and to terrorize the people, because where they dropped the bombs at, there was nothing there but citizens, non-combatants. All the soldiers was on islands and stuff. They did the same thing with Germany. With West Germany, East Germany, they dropped big bombs on them, big bombs on Germany. As they was defeating the Russians, the Germans. They bombed Germany. Night and day, night and day, night and day, night and day. Terrorizing people. That's what that was. That's exactly what that thing is, terrorizing people. France did the same thing. Algiers. The Dutch did the same thing in Libya. The Italians. You see, they terrorize people. So we must stand up against all kinds of terrorism, all kinds of evil acts that doesn't do us any good. Whether our mothers are doing it, our fathers are doing it, our brothers and sisters and uncles are doing it, but we must stand up against them. It's hard to do, but that's what we must do. Must stand up against them. We must stand up against our own families if our families are wrong. We must stand up against them. We can just can't walk around and let people do what they want to do. We must stand up against them. We must in turn stand up against people that's trying to do what they want to do against us. I'm not saying we're supposed to shoot them and all that kind of stuff, Bismillah. But we must stand up against them. And this is what we must do. Allah says, speak up against your enemy, even if it be your mother, your father, your sister, or your brother, or your uncle, or your cousin, or your stepson, or anybody else. Stand up against them. And walk away from them. And condemn them for what they do. This is the way we see. This is the way we do. It's not that blood is thicker than water. Yeah, there's some people in Islam still believe that and still do that. Their families can commit big crimes and break away from them and they deed, and they still walk around talking about Salam Alaikum, hugging them, and all that kind of stuff. They're talking about, oh, that's my son. Oh, that's my daughter. Oh, that's my wife. Oh, that's my husband. Regardless of what he do, that's my father. You must deal with what is right. And the law says that we must be just. We must even talk the truth, even against our own souls. We must talk the truth. And I try to deliver that to you. I try to speak that way to you at all times. But I just want you to understand what we're trying to do here in Rhode Island, what I'm trying to do in Rhode Island. Now, you might get one of these letters or you might not, because it's hard for me to mail this out to everybody. The stamps is now, what, 47 cents or something like that. I don't, it's hard for me to get that. I got this stack, I got another stack over there to mail out. And I just mailed out 30. I got a list of names, and I got on there the name of the person. I got on there the name of the person. I got the name of a person on here. Plus, I got on the side, or resident. I got another thing here that says urgent. And that's what's inside. What's inside this is something that has something to do with you. If you keep saying, well, if we keep running off at the mouth talking about, well, our brothers, our sailors are getting killed, and our army and people are getting killed and whatnot, and we need to stand up for them, and we keep doing that, and we're not going to make a resolution against terrorism together, then something's wrong with us. We're not going to stand up and voice our opinion and make the correct opinion together. We're talking about Muslims working with non-Muslims, because this is the only way you're going to destroy anything. Is when everybody stand up together against it. Whether it be, everybody must stand up against terrorism. The Muslim must stand up just like the non-Muslim must stand up. The Jehovah Witness, the Seventh-day Adventists, the Catholic Church, the Protestant Church, the Sanctified Church, or all these organizations must stand up and do something. And those of you that listen to this program or looking at this program should turn around and write me for one of these books, one of these things. And I'll send it to you. I will send it to you. Now you keep saying, well, when is the Muslim going to speak up against terrorism? I've been speaking up against terrorism before 9/11. That's the truth. I've been speaking up against it before 9/11. Because terrorism is the wrong thing to do. And then when they start saying terrorize, they start saying Islam is terror. No, Islam is not terrorizing people. Islam is not doing that. But yet this is the people that's using that as a form of fighting against you. No, Islam is not telling them to do that. Islam does not believe in fire, burning somebody up, blowing somebody up while they sleep. Islam does not believe in that. Killing women and children. Allah does not believe in that. Hurting the old people. Allah does not believe in that. But yet, yes, Allah says yes to fight people, to snatch the disbeliever that tries to do harm to you, to defend your person, yourself. Yes, Allah says that. But yet, you're doing the same thing. You got the priests stand around and bless the boats that's going out to sea. You got the different tribe of people that stand up and bless different soldiers to going out to sea to fight. You got them overseas doing the same thing. So we don't do that. We just say, if you beat me up, we beat you back. This is what we say. But the law also says to people, and it's a funny thing, but none of you'll never read that. The law says to fight those that fight you with what they fight you with, except disbelief. And we cannot do anything to you that's un-Islamic. This is the truth. I can't fight you. You do something to me, and I'm going to go kill your mother. We can't do that. The law, that's disbelief. That's un-Islamic. So we can't do that. But this is what you fail to accept. You fail to hear that. You don't even know that. You got these people that's talking about they don't want no Sharia in the United States. You better get something in the United States that's really serious and really strong, because the United States is committing suicide with themselves. The people, I'm a United States citizen. I was born here in the United States. My citizenship came here 400, 500 years ago. And I go further than that. I'm part of the Native American that goes back 12,000 years in the United States. So this is my country. It's not my way of life that's in control of it, but this is my country. And we must stand up against terrorism, the Muslim. I tell that to the Muslim all the time. I say that to the Muslims overseas. Believe me, I say that to the Muslims overseas. I said this to the Muslims, to the Muslim World League. I sent them a application for a studio to continue this thing, and all I'm asking for is $150,000. Not $3 million, not $40 million. I'm not trying to build a $500 million masjid. That's ridiculous. I think that's ridiculous to spend that kind of money, $500 million on a building, to talk about praying in it. To me, it'd be more because the law says don't do that. Law says don't be extravagant on your mosques. But Muslims are doing that. Those that can afford it, spending $300 million, $500 million, $10 million on a building. I wouldn't do that. I would not do that. In this country here, a piece of land, called a good piece of land, a big piece of land, costs $1 million. You can't get land here no more, 20 cents an acre and all that kind of stuff. You see, some places you can still get a donation from the city and the state. You can't do that no more. Nobody wants to do that no more. Everybody wants to make a dollar. I tried to get a school on the east side to teach people how to do woodworking, to teach people how to get jobs as construction workers. My letter was sent to an organization on the east side to give them for them to give me the okay, and then send it back to the governor, the mayor, which was Polino. At that time, it was Polino. And the guy took and put it underneath the table, put it in a drawer. And my wife, ex-wife, just happened to do some work in there, computer work, because she was putting stuff together for them for the computer, and she happened to come up and seen it. The application was hidden in the drawer, never came back to me. All they had to do was sign it and give me the school down the block. The school now is torn down, or it's all torn down now. But I wanted the school to make it a big place to teach people how to do woodwork, how to lay foundations, how to put doors up, how to put a frame, how to frame something, and then send them out there to get some of these jobs. And stop worrying about people coming in from Boston and Chicago to build something in Rhode Island. That's right. That's the truth. That's what I've been doing for years here in Rhode Island. It's been in the newspapers, but some of you don't know that. I've been overseas twice to bring a relationship program here to Rhode Island that would benefit the Rhode Island people. Not only Muslims, but the people of Rhode Island. And I couldn't get the backing of the people of Rhode Island. I got some non-Muslim people to back me. I went out to each county, stood up in the cold. Me and my assistant and some other people stood up in the cold and got names. I got some of the names here now today. And I got names on a slip petition that they stood behind me in this Sister City, Sister State program. And I couldn't get the Muslims to back me. Some Muslims wouldn't back me. This is how bad things are. Let me tell you how things are here in Rhode Island. I couldn't get them to back it. Like I was doing something for myself. What am I going to do for myself by putting that together? You tell me. You the person out there listening to me. How can I put that together without bringing in you, the people? The people in West Warwick backed it. The newspapers, the Muslim World League. I mean the the League of Cities and Towns backed it. All the principals of schools backed it. The colleges backed it. I'm serious. The representatives backed it. Chafee, his father backed it. Then after he passed away, his son backed it when he was mayor of Warwick. I had 3 mayors in West Warwick back it. Mayors in Bristol backed it. I've been all over the state. Been all over the state getting signatures. South County. I went to South County. I was down in South County outside the supermarkets. The first time the supermarkets ever had a Muslim like this, like me, standing outside the markets. In the newspapers. I even brought a guy from the Muslim, the United Arab Emirates came here because I sent a letter to the president of the United Arab Emirates, and he gave it to a guy that was in the United States. His brother gave it to him to look in on what I was doing, and his brother called my name when he came here, talking to Alman. But the people here had something in their heart. They couldn't move that stone out their heart. They turned around. The man came around here talking about they would help buy the equipment that was needed to open up the pier. They would help dig the pier up, the water up, and make it deeper for ships to come in. We're talking multi-billion dollar businesses coming up in Quonset Point. Oil refinery coming here. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Listen to what I'm saying to you. And the Muslims, what I'm saying, we're talking about jobs for people. We're talking about loans for people. The Kuwait has a loan thing that they give to uneducated people to help. They want to help themselves. They have a loan that they give out. Millions of dollars they give out. I had people overseas ask me, do your state need a loan? And they give out a loan for 2 and 3%. 2 and 3%. 5%. You get a loan now for the bank, you get 20-something cent, 25%. They charge you to give you money to build something. I'm serious. You know what I'm talking about. And I couldn't get the Muslims to go ahead and come knock on my door and say, Sheikh, can we come in and talk to you about this thing? I even sent news down to the Elks home down there and the Masons down there, but they don't want nothing to do with me. They don't want to do anything with Muslim or black Muslim. That's what they call me, a black Muslim. But they're ready to eat my chicken if I'm in their kitchen cooking the chicken. If my mother come there to be a cook, they let her come in there and cook. They let her wash the clothes and all that. That's what she want to do in there. But they didn't want me to be the one, because and I'm not kidding you, I'm serious. This is what was said in the House of Representatives. I'm not telling a lie. This is seriously said. And I'm a Muslim, and I try to make these deals with this company. You can go down to the Journal Bulletin and look in their library. You can even go to the website on television and go to the State House library and about the achievements in Rhode Island. And it's down as one of the achievements in Rhode Island, a relationship between Kuwait and Rhode Island. And it's like a multi-million-dollar deal. I sent something I said I was going to take Chafee over there, and he's giving up $85 million to somebody talking about bringing some boats in here to go around Newport. He opened up a game show thing downtown and lose $300-something million or a bunch of millions. And I can't get $2 to do something for bringing big money. I'm talking big money. I even wrote to the Emir of Kuwait, and to show you how serious this is, Pell, Senator Pell, and Senator Chafee, old man Chafee, and Senator Reid, all these people talk to the Emir of Kuwait and his family to let me come there and talk about this program. So this is not, I'm not kidding you, this is a big business. I put it all together. I send you a copy of it. You can still get this thing off the ground right now. All it takes right now is for me to have some endorsements to reopen this up for Rhode Island, and we can bring thousands of dollars worth of jobs into Rhode Island in the next 6 months. I'm serious. I'm dead serious, people. This is what God let me put together. I was out in the rain with this thing sometimes. I caught pneumonia doing this work. I got pneumonia, almost died out there trying to do this work. I got people from Brown University signing, the URI signed it, Rhode Island College signed it, the economic development companies around here signed it. Buddy Cianci signed it. Polino signed it. Sullivan signed it. Sullivan said he'd go with me to Kuwait. But he lost the election to Alman. I tried to reach Alman, and they called it fuzzy thing, something fuzzy. The man came here with a sword to give to me, to give to the governor. A sword from Pell. All this is happening. I mean, you don't know what's going on. And I'm telling you, I've been doing this here for years. I've been involved in this for years. For years I've been working, trying to do something in partnership with Rhode Island. And I'm a Muslim. I'm an Orthodox, strict Muslim. Yes, I believe in the Sharia. I think the Sharia should be in this country here in the United States. We got kids now going to be able to get reefer like it's going on. They ready to pass the law on reefer. You can't legalize reefer today. You got people, a train with 300 lives on it. Guy was killed because he was all reefered up and didn't see the red light and drove the train off the track coming from Jersey. Hoboken, coming out of Hoboken. And run the people right into the water and they all drowned. You got people walking in the airplane, smoking that reefer, driving them, flying them planes. Reefer is dangerous. You got reefer so strong today that they spray it with old narcotics. And one joint get 5 people high. You got legalized dope today that's acid.